season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Purdue Boilermakers, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Boilermakers will put total leather and will get started. He'll start the return inside his 5. So Ohio State's offense will start this game off. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Wow, defense is starting to make a comeback. I'm excited about this new era of football. We're seeing better tackling, and we're seeing better coverage than... couple years ago, and this defense is fun to watch them on tape, fun to talk to their coaches. Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in, and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks on that side of the football, and they don't have to change a lot week to week. This defense dominates. They do what they do, and they don't care if you know it. You can't do anything against them.
Gonna run it. It's Roberts. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Looking downfield, it's Sayed. Zings it complete to the right. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Roberts.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Trying play action. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
The linebacker's showing off a little bit of athletic ability, playing some man coverage. A lot of times those guys don't play this all the time, so you see them kind of get nervous and a lot of times get that pass interference or get a little bit handsy. Really nice job seeing the football, breaking on it, and swatting it to the ground.
The Buckeyes decide to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. So Purdue's offense has the ball for the... coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone, and you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming to this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Off play action. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. Let's talk for just a second about Purdue. The biggest problem for schools at this level is getting enough big bodies, particularly on the offensive line, and getting a 3-star guy like this can really help them at this level, Jesse.
Yeah, and when you get guys like that on your offensive line, if you can get a couple dudes like that, all of a sudden now you can hang with bigger, better competition. Games are still won and lost in the trenches. I know this is just one piece, but getting this 3-star offensive lineman who was very highly recruited, that was a massive win for this head coach.
4th down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. Here comes the option. Now the toss. Oh, he's got some space. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. The Boilermakers had their offense in high gear. To the ground with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Caught near the sideline, it's Harris.
You know, outbreaking routes can make some play callers nervous, but not this guy. You have a quarterback that throws it on time, puts it out in front of his receiver like that. As a coordinator and play caller, you can call that route all day.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And it's no good. He missed it. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Now the play fake. Oh, they're after him. Grab near the marker. It's late. They got him free for a big gainer to the 44.
How about the hit on the tight end there? They knew they had to bring the lumber on the big fella to bring him down, and they just blew him up.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll run it to the right. Finding open areas. He gets it down to the 36 before being knocked out of bounds. The Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. Quickly out to the tight end. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the 1st quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll try to get it in with the run. Got enough space.
going into the half, going into the fourth quarter. The offense finally puts a drive together, breaks that seal. Excited to see now this opens things up, calms people down, and lets them have a little more success.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
And it just means more in the SEC. And take a look at how things are playing out here. LSU is currently ahead in this one in Death Valley, but I can see Mike the Tiger out there pacing. This has been a very close game. They're up by 4 over Texas A&M. We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares, problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Breaks into the open. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
This is an offense, guys, that really believes in physicality, and that's their identity. So running the ball on 2nd down, no problem for them.
And the Boilermakers are rolling down the field. Back to throw, it's Quinn. Got his man downfield. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Looking for room, it's Joyner. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Snagged out of the air. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now.
Really good job by this offense, understanding where the sticks are. It's 3rd down and short. The QB makes the pitch. Good, accurate pitch, and then he does the rest. Gets north-south and gets the first down.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Nice job by the defense. A lot of times offenses want time to mesh that RPO and read it. Nah, the defense got in there so fast, they didn't give him an option. Got the nice tackle.
Touchdown, Purdue! Fit it in the window for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David. Turning it on. Picks up the first down. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. Good pickup on that one. And the Buckeyes just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Caught behind the line. It's Roberts. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
He steps out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Now facing a 3rd and long.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right?
A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Buckeyes line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Hunt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll try the right side. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Catch in the middle. It's Branch. Timeout call by the defense. It's their first in the half as they'll make some adjustments.
So it's 3rd and long, and this quarterback right now has got to be expecting pressure. So you want to know where your hot routes are. You got to know where your best one-on-one matchup is. But understand this: we're still in the first half. If the defense gets you, tip of the cap, you can take.
Makes the catch down the right side. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. The Boilermakers will have it 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's Quinn. Finds us back in the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Joyner. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. He took a hit as he could and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's cut. The Boilermakers will bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the returner goes down. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Porter. Real power running by this guy as he bangs his way to the 24.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you?
The Buckeyes will line up to kick off and start the 2nd half. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. First drive of the 2nd half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the 2nd half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Quickly complete. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets 32.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that.
There he goes. Gets it past the marker. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they turn it into a defensive score.
How about the play by the big defensive lineman? Not known for interceptions, usually getting after the quarterback, stopping the run. Had a chance to make an interception and then do something with it. Take it all the way back to the house. No, ladies and gentlemen, that was not in slow motion, but he got in the end zone, and that's all that matters.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on 3rd down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Boilermakers will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Catch in the middle, it's Norton. And his defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. This is one of the great atmospheres in the sport, but this crowd demands to be entertained, and they are entertained right now.
Yeah, and when you got playmakers that you can throw the ball to down the field like Ohio State does consistently every year, you always expect this. This fan base goes nuts because year after year they have elite playmakers.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. It's Sayin. Bringing the heat. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And, man, that's frustrating for an offense. You got a little something going. You had a little bit of momentum, but they've got to do a better job of protecting their guy, keeping him upright, letting him go make some plays for this offense. That's the only way he's going to get hot. They got to give him more time.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Got it in the middle. It's Porter. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. LSU has the lead right now, but it hasn't come easy. They're in a tight one. They're up by 8 over Texas A&M. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Wants to throw on on first down. Pocket breaking down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Touchdown, Buckeyes. The defense putting points on the board. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
They're winning the game, and the defense is helping out their own cause. That's the second time in this game they've recovered a fumble and taken it in for a touchdown. We know they're opportunistic, and they pride themselves on being athletic and being physical, but they're showing you why you cannot make mistakes and cough the football up when you play them.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. To the air, it's Quinn. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down. And the Boilermakers in a good spot here with second and short. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. The Boilermakers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Brown. They'll stop him at the 46 after a 5-yard pickup. The Boilermakers are moving quickly down the field. To the air on first down. Snagged in the middle, it's Brown. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They'll put in play from the 41 on first down. Dumps it to the back. The short hands, it's Joyner. He'll step out of bounds. He's at the 33-yard line. The Boilermakers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards. Looking for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete, denying a big play on the final snap of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming up. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Wants to throw. It's Quinn. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And you kind of thought in that situation QB might keep it, but makes the right read. Gets it to the pitch man, and what does he do? Gets downhill. Get downhill and get that first down. New set of downs. Nice execution on the option by this offense.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Boilermakers!
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And the extra point is good, but they're still down 24-14. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving.
He's got it on the outside. All by himself down the middle. He's at touchdown, Ohio State. And once he found open space, the band start playing. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
So guys, we'll get another look at this offense. Looking for a man. It's Quinn. Unloads to the wideout. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. Touchdown, Buckeyes. How about this defense taking one back to the house? Starting to see some smiles on that sideline as they're close to a Week 10 victory.
Yeah, and that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. They say success rate can be picking up about 4 or so on first down, 1st and 10. Lets it fly. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that now.
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Norton. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. DB's right up on the receivers. They go to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And the Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Grabbed behind the line. It's Graham. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. It is perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Now inside 4 minutes to go here on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Quinn. Gets it to him on the screen. They'll give him 4 on that one, his 3rd and 6.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now they moved the ball down the field and executed like they...
Oh, he's got some space. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
And how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the fourth quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
He'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. That play just got wrecked. 3rd and 1, and they went backwards. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. Absolutely perfect. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, it's a nice change-up call on offense because obviously in the fourth quarter, you're down by a bunch of points and everybody in the stadium is expecting you to throw it to get back in the game. So you dial up the run play and you get a huge gainer. Hopefully that can give this offense the momentum they need to try to scrape and claw back into this one.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Looking to throw, it's Quinn. Fires to the big fella. Gets away from one. Finds some space. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
At the 27, first down for the offense.
Looking for room. It's Joyner. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's later in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. There is nowhere to go. He is stopped, and it'll be 4th down from the 23. This offense believes you are given 4 downs for a reason. You've got to use all of them. 2 for 3 so far today. Finds his big tight end. He will not get it. A 4th down stop for this defense as they try to salt this one away. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. From the gun, the ground game. At the 35, he's loose. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Buckeyes, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start